What do you think of that? What don't you think of that? I think that girl has got everything that she
Alright,
We're on.
we're on.
Motherfucker. You're like, get me under the duvet, get me under. It's when you don't do anything, it's when the chill sets in. The chill.
I'm more worried that I've sat like this all the way through it and I've got a double chin.
Do you know what I noticed on the last video?
What?
But fucking, not on you, on me, like a bit of a chicken neck. All week I've been like this. And then I was like,
I
maybe,
was like this, sat like this.
I was like, maybe I'm going to have
Reading.
to do two ponytails, one high for the lift, and then one back here, like just at the bottom of my head.
Pull
People are
back.
like, have you had a facelift? And I've been like, no, darling, it's two ponytails. I washed my hair yesterday. I thought I'd wear it down today, but then I was like, ugh. Earlier on in the day, I was like, oh, I need to at least wash my hair. So I showered and washed my hair over the tub, and it was incredible. There's something magical about hot water being sprayed onto your head. Like, I was just like,
Yeah.
Daddy. Oh.
I didn't know whether like he really threw me. That
Oh,
message.
yeah, no, I know. But
I was like, okay.
do you know what I expected? I expected some dickhead in the group to go, is it really Super Mario's? And I'd be like, oh, mate. But yeah, no.
I was like,
Jenna was like, I've told him about a month ago. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I was like, I just add him then because there's nothing left to be said. I still feel like you need to get Grace in.
but Adam doesn't know nothing about Grace.
Yes, oh. I think he does. I think we laughed about it. Yes, it was round Jenna's when it all happened, remember? And Gracie, we were in the garden when you organised the first thing, and then Jenna added Grace there and then.
No.
Yes.
No.
We were there together. We said to Adam, what do you want to do for your 40th? And then we
no,
were
the
like,
whole Grace
I
thing
know,
sort of
you're coming to
happened
Butlins.
and-
The next
no, I think
day.
it was the next day. I don't feel like
Okay.
we were there.
Okay, so it would be more for other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were all be like, oh,
Yeah, and you'd be like, there's a snake in my boot.
yeah. It's like, it's my birthday. Like, what?
Yeah.
It's about me.
Yeah, and we're like, wait, is it though? I
Stop
feel like
throwing
it's about
wheeling our
Grace.
joke,
Yeah.
Adam.
Yeah, it's not about you. Did you clear yours?
I've been trying to, but
No.
it got really fucking long.
Because
I saved
there
so
will come a
many.
time where I'm going to have to go back through it, the ones that were really new. But I said I'd go back and
You
look, but
said you'd go back.
completely forgot. So
Never
that will
did.
be one episode. In a couple of years' time, we'll be like,
I don't feel like I've ever said I'll go back to that one.
no, but you
Just
never
yours.
know. Just mine. Because some of them are so fucking juicy, aren't they? Right. Is that Scottish?
What?
Ree.
Kind of, I think
Okay. Anyway, hello everyone and welcome to Middle Aged Opinion. I'm your host Ellie.
so. And I'm your host Emily, and today we're going to be reading about strange encounters.
Yes.
Strange encounters.
Yes.
I kept it quite broad, so you know it could be anything from, I don't know, like a dog spoke to you in your sleep, and really you woke up and that dog was sitting on the edge of your bed.
Yeah.
Or I didn't read anything like that, but
Yeah.
or you know you witnessed Bigfoot, or you got abducted by anything.
Yeah. Listen, aliens, if
Odd.
you're watching this, I'm alright with being abducted. I need a holiday, so whenever. No problem.
Just her, I'm all right.
I reckon
Please
it'd be
don't take
fun.
me. I was watching some random thing because you know you send me something in TikTok and then I carry on swipe and then some weird
It
shit
brings
comes
it up on your FYP, yeah.
So there was this woman, and I might have sent it to you actually, I'm not even sure, but she was literally like, of all the people in my town, they chose me. They chose me. So what am I going to do? Of course I'm going to make love to him. Of course they chose me. Of course I'm going to make love to him. And I'm like that.
Oh, sorry, so she's having sex with the aliens.
Yeah, because
Fair
they
play.
chose her. So why would she not? Because of all the people in
Yeah, I
her
get it.
town, they chose her.
Yeah, but how does she know?
They
that
chose you because you were the one that's going to be least missed. That's why they chose you.
How
No
does
one's
she
gonna
know
notice.
that they don't have other rooms on the spaceship, that they're having it off with other people from the town? She doesn't know
No.
that.
They chose her.
Yeah, she doesn't know that.
You know that?
They
No.
could be cheating on her with other people from the town.
You're the one that's least going to be missed.
Yeah.
No one's going to notice you're gone.
Well, they will. They go, where's
That's so
crazy?
mean
Where's
of me.
Crazy Jane? Won't
That's so
they?
mean to me.
I don't think it is. I think you're saying you're clearly you're cray cray. However, I believe that people do get abducted. So
but not with the attitude of, oh, you chose me, so therefore,
Yeah, we're
here
having.
it is,
yeah.
boys.
Vagina. Yeah, no,
No.
I hear you. However,
Stop however.
I believe in stuff like that, and I think sometimes that was really comfortable then.
I'm trying to
Sometimes,
avoid the double chin.
sometimes I think that they go for the crazy people because they are the least likely to be listened to.
Or missed if they decide not to.
But
return
you
them.
would though that she'd be the first one that they notice because they would go, "Where's Crazy Jane? I haven't seen
And then
Crazy
they would
Jane."
move on because there's no one going. She's missing.
Yeah.
They'd be like, you're right.
Crazy Jane,
What's
we
for
ain't
dinner?
seen. Yeah, but they'd still talk about it.
Yeah, over a pint. Probably not like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
haven't sent out a search party.
I haven't
for her.
seen her licking a lamppost in a while.
You can tell because it's got an actual dirty mark now. Anyway,
Yeah, moving on.
right, let's get into this.
Are you going up to down? I've
don't know what
decided
just
that I know it upsets me saying that, so I've decided that I'm 40. Next year I'm 39. So I'm going to start going backwards now.
All right, Benjamin
What, Benjamin Franklin?
Button.
Why, is that what he did?
He was born old and then he grew young. You never
How-
watched Benjamin Button?
No. How do I
got
not
Brad
know about
Pitt.
this? No.
Okay, watch Benjamin Button.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Watch that.
That's what I'm doing now, people, yeah? Plus, saying 41, babe, is so weird.
Yeah, it doesn't roll nice, does
It doesn't. 40 I was alright with, but when I go 41, I'm like, that's well old. My brain's like, you're well old. That's what
No,
my brain keeps
my
telling
brain
me.
don't do that to me. My brain goes, what's for dinner?
Yeah, at the moment, mine's like, you're well old. You're melting. Your vagina's shrinking. Every time in the mirror.
Oh no! There it
Screenshot. I'm
Lost
like
another bit.
comparing in fucking collage.
You better do a real nice big
Is it?
montage.
How am I
of it.
going?
Funny. Oh, right. Strange encounters while living in a tent in the Pine Barrens.
Nice.
I was homeless for a few years from 18 to 21. I used to stay in a tent with my ex. I always had to end up moving my tent spot eventually because the cops would find us. Either way, I had spent a lot of the time in the woods at night. One night, when I was walking back to my tent, I heard something down the trail a bit. I shined my light in the direction of the sound to be met with with glowing eyes reflecting my flashlight. However, where the eyes were made, so whatever I was looking at was taller than me. I'm 5'8". Does that make sense? What I just said?
Yeah,
they're
basically.
taller.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
high.
yeah.
There is no animal that tall in my area. I turned to my ex and tell him to start going to the tent faster. He could tell something was off, so he asked if I was alright. I told him I'll tell him when we get to the tent because I have always been told not to acknowledge such creatures' spirits as it gives them more power. Like a fucking tent's gonna protect her.
Yeah, I do agree with the statement though, unless it is obviously like fucking Bigfoot, then you're fucked.
Then some nights there would be smacking on our tent. Then some nights there would be smacking on
There
our tent.
would be.
There would be smacking on, okay. It would hit all the sides of the tent. We would look out the tent windows and check outside the tent, but we would never find anything or hear any footsteps. Another night during the summer, we had decided to go for a small hike at night because it was way more of a tolerable temperature. About 15 minutes into the hike, I had started feeling paranoid, like I was being watched. About 5 minutes later, I heard a mechanical laugh coming from somewhere in the woods. I couldn't pinpoint which direction though. My ex asked what was that, and I loudly said, I don't know, but whatever the fuck it is needs to stop. As soon as I said this, multiple... It is mechanical, isn't it?
It is
Mechanical laughs now
You
started.
know what? Like robot. Like
Yeah.
that.
I don't know. I don't think that says mechanical. Manic. What? I know what it's.
I'm going to put it in Google.
Do you know
tell
like
me.
that?
That's what
that
I'm
laugh.
hearing, but more like
That's the
machine. MANIACAL.
Can't read this word.
Maniacal.
That's the-
Definition. Wild or violent behaviour.
Yeah, maniacal laugh would be like a. Do you know when it gets louder and louder?
Do you think they fucking...
Anyway,
Maniacal.
maniacal laughs now started. My ex and I turned around, walked back for what felt like the longest 20 minutes. I wouldn't go for a fucking walk in the
No,
dark.
I would have
anyway.
ran.
Another time I found a severed coyote head with something hung in the tree beside it that had a tooth in it. And lastly, one time I was with a friend parked on the road far into the woods so we could smoke. The passenger window was down, which is where I was sitting. The woods were right next to me. Again, the feeling of being watched overwhelmed me. 2 minutes or so later, I hear a hello, and then
Is it me
John?
you're looking for? Sorry.
coming from the woods. I tell my friend to turn around and we need to leave. I didn't tell her why because, like I said, I don't like to acknowledge these things until I'm far away from them. That's all that immediately comes to mind at this point. Thanks for reading.
Okay, message is clear here. Stop going to the fucking woods camping.
She's homeless. They're homeless.
Then stay somewhere else. Like, keep going in the fucking woods.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, we're
If I was
being watched.
camping in the woods, I'd be on the edge of the woods. I wouldn't be camping in the woods.
Yeah, deep in the woods.
No.
And if I saw eyes, I'd leave that wood and go to, like, I don't know. I just feel like it's not very
Away.
safe. She don't say where she's from, does she?
No, but the Pine Barrens, I think, are American.
Shall I Google? Good old Google.
You know, Google.
Pine Barrens.
Pine Barrens. I'm sure that they're American.
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Pine Barrens, also known as
That's
the...
French. That's a French island.
Also known
Or
as
is it the American New Jersey?
Pinelands.
Anyway.
Let me ask where.
It didn't occur
Comes
to
up
you
with
to leave
dangerous.
these woods or at least change your camping spots? Jersey Pines. My dad used to tell me scary ass stories about that place from the 80s. Would not camp there.
It literally comes up, babe. Like, literally the thread before, like, is like...
Many years ago, while hiking, I found a hawk strategically hung in the tree in northwest Jersey, and my native friend said it was black magic.
Yeah, no thanks.
Have you heard about these Pine Barrens? I sure have. My old friend grew up in the vicinity. He had some stories. The glowing eyes of an animal-like creature. Hadn't heard of the sounds. I said, Jersey Devil.
Interesting, because there is quite a few stories about that and Appalachian. I feel like that is a podcast, mate, all on its own. Like the two. But yeah, I think they're going to have to find somewhere else that's safer, because it's like that it's drawn to them as well.
Yeah, it's time to move woods.
Yeah. Right, mine is very short. What did you encounter and what...
Me too.
Exactly. When did you encounter an unexplainable, strange rule at someone else's house?
Okay.
Yeah. As a kid, I stayed at a mate's place where we all had to tiptoe into the kitchen and whisper, as if we were in a library. The rule was not impacted by the time or day either. Their parents were perfectly nice and normal, but when it came to the kitchen, they were like guardians of silence, enforcing this strange rule with utmost seriousness. It was as if the kitchen had its own set of rules.
That's fucking weird.
It's so fucking weird.
I mean,
It's so
I remember
fucking weird.
Helen's house, you always had to take your shoes off, but that's quite a
Norm,
polite,
that
normal
it's also normal.
thing. But that's weird.
It's so fucking weird. I liked it. It was weird.
Did
Very
they give
short.
any explanation?
Right, so there is, the top comment is, my best friend when I was a kid had a really strange dad. He honestly gave me the creeps. Anyway, but the rule that springs to mind was he'd openly and loudly burp and fart at the table while people were eating, but would lose his mind if someone put their elbows on the table. I used to forget because elbows were never a rule in my house, and he'd tell me off every time. This seemed backwards to me. Ripping out loud farts and burping over everyone's food without even a hand over your mouth is unacceptable. But my arms touching the side of the table was rude. Weirdo. Did you ever find out from your friend why you had to treat their kitchen like a library? And then Opie said, to this day, not a bloody clue what the logic was. It's fucking weird.
It's really weird.
It's giving like there's a spirit in there, and to not anger the spirit, that is how they have
you had to tiptoe and whisper.
That's what it's making me feel like.
Why didn't you just say, like, just don't go in there, like, just stay out there? You got all the other places in the house, just you and your mates don't go there.
It's so fucking weird. It was weird. I liked it because it was so weird. I was like, that is the weirdest thing ever.
And everyone was on board with it as well.
Everybody was on board with it. So you go into the kitchen, like, it's like being around mine or yours, and like, we're talk. And then you got to go in, you got to whisper, like, we're not in there disturbing the energy. That's why I feel like haunting, something weird, something paranormal in the kitchen.
See, I feel like we would end up laughing. Do you know, like, why are we doing this?
Like Helen on the phone earlier, why am I whispering? I was like,
yeah, we all do it, but no one knows why. What's going on?
Yeah. But saying that, I reckon the kids probably knew what was going on. I reckon it's any guests that come round, they were just like, that's just the rule that mum and dad have. They're weirdos.
Don't you just do it. I didn't mean to.
But I enjoyed it because I found it so fucking weird. It's so fucking weird. Maybe we should start doing that to the kids just for the crack of it. Shut up, Mum.
He's got a mate coming round on Sunday.
That would be fucking hilarious. He goes back home and he's like, Mum.
We had to whisper.
Yeah, and tiptoe.
And tiptoe. If you go in the
That's
kitchen,
weird.
one rule, you must tiptoe whisper.
So fucking weird. So weird.
I might do that too then.
That would be hilarious. That would be brilliant. Record it for me. Fucking brilliant.
Okay. I once had a strange encounter with a woman who claimed to be a vampire.
Like it. I believe in vampires, so. You're like, of course you do.
At first I thought she was on drugs. that's what I would be.
So would I though at first.
But then she did something that made me wonder if she was telling the truth. I don't know if I'd wonder that. I was 16. A friend and I were walking through our local park at night when we saw this Asian woman wearing what looked like a traditional Chinese dress, dancing along in the grass. Alone in the grass. She then started running towards us. Nope!
Hell no!
Scared the shit out of me. And began telling us how handsome we were. This woman appeared to be in her mid to late 20s, like you would know how old she is when you're 18.
The fuck?
And honestly, she was stunningly beautiful. She kept telling us that she was a vampire and that she was centuries old. I was thinking, okay, she's obviously on drugs. But then she gazed into my eyes and says, do you want to feel my energy? I said, sure.
Pussy.
Yeah. Then she placed her hand a few inches hang on, from my face. The amount of energy or whatever it was that came from her hand caused my entire skull to vibrate and make me extremely dizzy. I don't know what the fuck that was. I never saw her again, and to this day I often think about it. I'm 23 now. I tried researching Asian myths and legends, trying to find out some kind of spirit or demon common to a specific culture that resembles her. Could anyone tell me what this apparition was? Or if she was just a crazy woman with psychic abilities?
Okay, so before I tell you what I think, I want to ask you a question.
Oh, God, go on.
If vampires were true,
Uh-huh.
and they said to you, do you want to be a vampire? Would you be a vampire? Meaning that you'd stay as you are and live forever, as myth said.
As I am right now.
Well, yeah.
If they'd asked me when I was 20, I might have said yeah. If they asked me now, I'd be like, oh.
What's wrong with you now? Oh, you everything tightens.
I don't know if I'd want.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with your face
I don't know if I would want this.
this week.
Forever.
Normally you're fine.
This forever.
No, but you tighten a little bit. I mean, I've seen the films.
Tighten a
You
little
tighten a
bit.
little bit. Yeah. They're 3 ponytails.
I'd never need glasses again. Yeah, mate.
Would you? So bear in mind, you would watch
Again.
your children grow up and die
Again, if I was 20, maybe I would say
with
yeah.
no kids.
But as I am now, living my 41 years,
But you wouldn't be tired.
would I want to continue the bullshit of the life?
I think
I don't know.
I'd go for it. Don't know what I'd do about stepping out in the sun though. At least I wouldn't be cold anymore.
You'd be constantly cold.
No, but you wouldn't though. You wouldn't feel that, would you?
I don't.
You don't know.
I don't think I would.
Right. So
As a-
anyway.
As a naive 20-year-old, probably.
Yay!
Yay! Live forever!
So I personally.
Let's go live in Ibiza!
Yay! Couldn't, sun.
No, you
Iceland.
only go out. No, there's still sun in Iceland.
Yeah, but not as much.
I would like to go to Iceland though. Anyway, yeah.
Saying
I
that
don't know.
clubbing night after night after night. Yeah, I'm into it. Anyway, so I personally, for me, these myths and fairy tales have truth to it. I just believe that they all do. And there's been a lot of stories lately from New Orleans and people telling their story about supposed encounters with vampires. I'm not saying, I don't know. She said she was a vampire. I don't know. And if my head vibrated and all that, I'd tend to fucking believe her. What about you?
I mean, if someone said, "Do you want to feel my energy?" I'd be like,
Don't touch me.
as me at 16, I'd be like, "No thanks." Like,
Yeah. I'd go, okay. Okay.
I'd watch you lot be touched, and I'd be like, "No thanks."
Because our skulls
I'm
go
not
blah,
into
blah, blah, blah.
jokes.
Yeah.
I need to phone my mum to come get us.
Yeah. Okay, that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Imagine
know.
Jenna. Yay, new best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Go on.
As far as feeling energy, it's a pretty common phenomenon that humans can give off energy in some capacity. For example, if you've ever been to a concert or just been in a large crowd that was very excited, you can feel the energy of the people around you and get swept into the moment. I've been in a group where we formed a circle and practiced energy forcing with chi and that kind of stuff, and you can feel something being passed around. I'm of the opinion that some people can perfect these sorts of techniques and are able to do things that would appear supernatural. I don't know about vampires, but it seems like you encountered someone that is very experienced and focusing their energy. OP says, I think this was most likely the case. I've read about chi energy and how people can project it with enough training and focus, but it's fun to think, what if, lol.
I think I think they've got a point when they say like feeling energy. I'm very good at that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very good at picking up things that, you know, when shit's happening, or just picking up people's energy, auras, and reading that before I've even met them.
Yeah.
Because they are right. People do everybody gives off energy, and whatever energy it is whether it feels negative or positive, or really bad.
Yeah, someone says that's pretty nuts. Can you explain more about what it felt like to feel her energy?
Mhm.
And Opie's replies with,
You
it
thought-
was like a false push. It felt like being electrocuted but without the pain. Imagine vibrational waves going through your face and out the back of your head. Afterwards I was very lightheaded.
It's like touching a speaker.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what it's giving to me, like a really
Or-
high speaker where it vibrates you.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I don't have the answer for that.
No, bit bizarre.
Interesting though. Right. This is slightly longer. So many strange encounters lately. I'm not sure if I'm hyper aware or paranoid, but I've seen several weird things happen recently and hearing many others with similar stories too. First, several months ago, I was in a shopping centre and a man walked towards me on the sidewalk and said, "Hey, you dropped something." I looked at him in the eye but kept walking. I knew that I hadn't dropped anything. About 30 minutes later, I went downtown a few minutes drive from where I'd been before, and walking past in a busy area with a lot of restaurants, another man said and did the exact same thing. Only this time he was aggressive and rude, yelling at me for not responding to him. This second weird encounter was whilst walking my dog on grass area behind my apartment. The city owns the land. However, I've never seen people walk around there. As I walked out of the little wooden area, my dog abruptly turns around and barks at a man. He was acting very suspicious and surprised. When I turned around, my initial thought was that he was following me. He asked me if I'd ever seen a cat and laughed. I've given him the benefit of the doubt and he was nervous, but I felt weird for days after. Who laughs about a missing pet? And the last encounter was in my office space I rent. I have neighbours in the building, and specifically a new one introduced themselves to me. He came to the door and knocked and started to tell me about himself. He told me he doesn't have friends in the office building, neither do I. I'm only there for work. Our conversation was pleasant, but then he said, I asked name I couldn't remember. I don't really understand what that means. Which car you drive? I never get to see you here, and wondered. He asked for my contact for my business, and I was reluctant between giving my email or my phone number. He acted so frustrated and said, just give me one of your cards. Fucking hell. Honestly, I was nervous. He just blurted it out in hopes I'd never interact with him again. When I didn't respond to a message from him a few days later, he came back to my office while I was with a client. He slipped notes through the door and decided to tell me politely I was too busy and not to accept any new clients. What the fuck? The friends that I've talked to say to me, trust your gut and keep your distance. I don't leave my office without walking with someone or calling someone now. I've just tired of being on edge. What do you think of that? It's fucking weird.
That's weird behaviour.
I feel like the universe is trying to tell her something.
What?
I don't know.
Like, don't be on your own?
Something is going on. There's too many. I don't know why I did that. There's too many weird shit going on for there not be a message out there like she's in trouble or something. to me, when I first read it and they were like, you've dropped something, sometimes that delay in time stops something happening within the future. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like when they send someone to delay your time so whatever's coming doesn't happen. But she never turned around both times and picked something up.
She never stopped.
Exactly. So she didn't delay the time. I'm just saying that's where my head went. It was like,
Fucking
first
hell,
of all,
how
they
did
were
your
like...
head end up there?
Because I don't know, because I'm deep in it. But when the first bloke said to her, you dropped something,
See, that's not where my head
you're
went.
talking 30-second
No,
delay.
that's not where I
Second
went.
bloke was like, stop, and look, next thing you know, she's fucking with strange people.
That's not where I went.
Where did you go?
So I've seen something recently, again on fucking TikTok or whatever I'm watching. I don't know what I was on, but it gave me her something that's trying to distract her,
Right.
because actually there is someone watching her and something bad's going to happen to her.
Right.
But because she didn't stop, that person didn't get that opportunity to
Do whatever.
grab her or
whatever.
do whatever that person was trying to do. And then they've tried to do a more upfront approach with give me your details so I can now have access to you.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
So
Because I saw I'll tell you what I saw. So there was a girl on a bus, and an old lady gets on a bus, and she's like, she said like she thought she was being followed. Like, would she, on the next stop, will you get off with me and just walk down the road with me because I'm scared? And this young girl was like, I'm really sorry, I can't do that. And this woman was just like, had a go at her and then got back off the bus. And then she had a bit of a panic and went to follow her. And this guy went, no, look. And this old lady was now not an old lady, was standing up straight.
See what I'm saying?
And there was a van behind the bus that she got into. And it was a kidnap.
Why do I feel like I've just seen that as well?
It's weird, isn't it? But that's where my head went. But maybe because I've seen that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so you've taken it as don't delay your time. I've taken it as do delay your time. Do you see what I'm saying? Interesting that we've both gone to literally the opposite there. But
yet a distraction has been used for both.
That's what I'm saying. So is the distraction good or is the distraction bad?
Don't know.
See what I'm saying? Right. So top comment. Please keep safe. People are acting very weird.
That's the main. Keep fucking safe.
Yeah. People are acting very weird in numbers now.
Yes.
I went through my weirdos long ago. I'm friendly, but not the inviting to strangers, getting followed by numerous times, stalking. One stopped me, making me trust strangers. Episodes loop that would keep me up at night to process them. I don't know what the fuck that person's trying to say. But
episode loop. So she's got processed.
Okay.
Situations processing over in her
Opie
head.
does write back and says, yes, I don't know, I'm the most approachable person, but I try to be kind, although with the first two situations I wasn't nice. Even after writing this, I can think of more intensive situations and it's unsettling. It's fucking weird. It's weird. So either the university's trying to protect her or people are trying to get her. It's as simple as that.
Ugh.
I know, it's weird, but I liked it.
Yeah.
I did like it.
Fucking hell.
Over to you,
It's
mate.
fucking scary, isn't it?
I know, it is a bit creepy, this subreddit. It's not only a subreddit, it's just literal creepy encounters.
Okay, a strange encounter near a government facility. So I took it slightly different
Yeah.
direction again.
No, yeah, good.
I was just reminded about a strange guy encountered while working the register on a food truck near a government facility. What's the NM USA, wherever it is.
Yeah.
A little under 4 years ago, I was working a typical shift running the register on a fairly busy food truck near a government facility. We would average 50 plus customers for lunch and most were regulars, but we had a lot of new faces every day. One day I get this very average looking white guy, non-descriptive. I couldn't pick him out in a lineup. He comes to the window and asks, "What is this?" Unamused, I tell him, "Food truck. What do you want?" He looks confused and says something along the lines of, "What do you serve on this food truck?" I point to the sandwich board beside the window and wait. He glances at the board, then asks, what is on a hamburger?"
Oh my God.
Like he's never heard of it before. I list off the regular ingredients quickly: burger bun, choice of cheese, LTOP, and size of fries. He considers it for a moment, then asks, "What's a?" Oh no, can't say that word. Quesadilla. I know I've said that wrong. I know what it is though.
What is it?
It's like a wrap thing.
Oh, okay. Quesadilla. Spell it.
QUESADILLA.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a wrappy thing.
Yeah.
Some people don't know, so I tell him what it is.
Yeah, it is a quesadilla. That is it.
He goes through each of the 8 or 9 items we had, asking the same question about everything. He decides on a cheeseburger and I give him the total. I think it was $12. He stares at me, then hands me a $20 bill and walks away. I send the ticket to my grill and put the change aside for when he comes back for his food. I never assume a tip unless it was mentioned as such. He comes back for the food and opens the container and kind of stares at it in wonder. I offer him his change and he looks at me like he's never seen me before and walks away without his change. His tone was very deliberate, like he was trying not to sound weird. The accent wasn't foreign, but I couldn't pinpoint what region it was from: Southern, Boston, Midwest, etc. I've spoken to people from all over the world and can usually pinpoint a dialect, but this guy was just off.
What are you getting? I'm getting time traveller. What are you getting?
I read this one, so I know some of the comments as well. So
I'm getting, for some reason, I'm getting time traveller. He's not from that time. That's what it's giving to me. I don't know why.
Well, originally I was just like, so what, has he just come out of like an asylum? Is he confused? Is he like a medical?
See, I go straight to the most dramatic course.
You always do.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's confused.
He's obviously an alien.
He's confused.
Yeah.
So
not at all. That's not where I went at all.
No, you never do though.
No.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
First, you just gave a reptilian his first burger. Congrats.
Oh, they've gone alien. They've gone alien. That's
but
even worse than mine.
Good job. I could see cheese and moulded items as strange turn-offs that screw with them if they're accustomed to raw flesh. Oh,
what the fuck?
Way to go! Now it has a taste for flesh.
Oh my god, it's taking
Don't
a turn.
have a cow, man. It's a different kind. Lol, those emphas been what's that saying? Mutated in cows forever. You think they tried to eat one? Just people went.
It's gone left, mate. It's gone fucking left.
Not discounting your experience in any way, but this sounds like a description of half the neighbours I've had while living in an Ivy League college town. All PhDs, professors, and high-end academics. They're just saying that people are dumb.
It's just so weird. How funny. Like, a lot of people have taken it to the extreme, haven't they?
Yeah. But
I feel
yeah,
like I did,
I thought
but
we kind of
they're
enjoyed.
Yeah,
I was like, she'll like that one.
yeah. They'll think it's the fucking Greys. Right, so this is my last one. You ready?
Yeah.
Strange encounters at the grocery store. Has
Ooh.
anybody had an encounter lately at the grocery store? Get approached by a young guy, gives you a compliment, nice shirt, glasses, etc., then immediately starts asking personal questions. Where are you from? Where do you work? Really tries to keep the conversation going. Third time in the past 6 months I've had this. Identical encounters. Once at the Prince Chopper on Raw, don't know, and twice at Missions Target. I confronted the second guy the second time and he played dumb. I've asked a few friends and it has happened to them as well. What are they up to? What is the end game? So before I read the edit, what's it giving?
I don't know because I've read a couple of these where I mean, I don't know. I feel maybe it's just somebody, because I think logically,
Yeah.
it's just someone trying to strike up a conversation and be friendly because people don't talk to people anymore. But
For me, it's giving trafficking. That's how they get the young girls, isn't
yeah,
it?
my next comment was asking so many personal
Although
questions is
it's
so
taken a turn.
fucking worrying.
Edit. I'm also a young guy. Most of the questions are business work related. It has been a different person every single time. Someone said, I think someone posted on here before about Scientology. Like they're trying to recruit.
Yeah.
Which is the same as going into a cult, if you ask me, but that's another story for another day. Someone said, this was my immediate thoughts, stay far away. I don't know why I thought trafficking. Now I know he's a bloke, it's less likely with bloke. People would think it's Scientology, recruitment.
See, initially, how do people meet people nowadays? They don't, do they? Not in person anymore.
Do you know about Scientology?
No, I avoid shit like that.
You should really watch. I've forgotten her name. She was a famous actress. She was in there along with Tom Jones and what's his face?
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise and Grease Lightning. Him.
Mm.
Yeah, he's also part of it. I mean, the whole thing is fucked up, babe. Really fucking. I mean,
it's only through Tom Cruise that I know anything about it.
It's absolutely insane. And you don't even see his daughter. Anyway, go on. Before I fuck off on a tangent.
Should we go another one?
Yeah, I think you finish this off. It's your thingy bob, isn't it?
Alright, well, I think this is something similar.
Okay.
Because this is a real strange encounter at the gym.
That is, I swear, let me just double check, but I'm sure that is the last one that I had saved. Which is hilarious. I'm not sure if I read it.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I have got
yeah, read it.
Anyway, I, 24 female, don't usually feel inclined to post, but for some reason this had me pretty rattled and I felt compelled to share it. I was at the gym finishing up my workout when an elderly woman approached me. She didn't speak English super well, but she was talking about needing help setting up her laptop because her kids live far away and the airline lost her old one when she last travelled overseas. I initially felt bad and asked if she had it with her so I could take a look, and she said no, but that she lived 5 minutes away and that I could come over after the gym.
Hell no.
Yeah, which again just takes me back to this bus situation that I saw.
Mate.
Anyway, I declined but said if she brought her laptop to the gym the next day, someone could probably help her. She continued to insist that I help her and that her house would be the best way because she had an office, and asked what time I could go over when I'm usually at the gym so she could meet me and have me go over. She said a few times she lived alone so I didn't need to worry and knew someone young like me would be able to help. I continued to politely decline, and she finally walked away, but not before asking my age and telling me I was pretty. I ride a motorcycle, so my helmet was on the floor next to me while we spoke. She pointed this out as well. I left just a few minutes later and was walking to my bike. I noticed a large white van parked near me, my motorcycle, and immediately felt super uneasy. I waited for more people to be around before approaching my bike to leave, because at this point it was dark. I was thoroughly freaked out. As I was starting up my bike, the van's cabin lights turned on as if the door was opened, and in a panic I left as fast as I could, neglecting to put on my gloves and turn on music like I normally would. I went to the store before I went home, checking to make sure I wasn't being followed by anyone. I've never really had anything like this happen to me, but I know there's a lot of weird schemes behind human trafficking, and my gut was screaming at me that something about this entire thing was very off. While it could have all been nothing but a sweet old lady and a weird coincidence with the van, I just wanted to post this in a place where others would understand how scary even seemingly innocent exchanges can feel when you know there are people out there with full intention of doing harm. On the off chance that this was some form of malicious setup, I remind everyone to please be careful out there and pay attention even when your first instinct is to be kind to strangers.
I think trafficking.
Isn't that fucking horrible?
It's horrible.
Like, even old ladies are getting on board with this bullshit.
I would have had someone walk me to my car. I think trafficking. What would you do? Some old woman was like, hey, come. I'd be like, fuck right off, mate.
I wouldn't be going off to anybody's house. Like,
that's
absolutely
so
not.
weird. Just go and get your laptop. I'll have a look at it.
Yeah, if you're only a couple of minutes down the road, go get it.
The problem is the sense of security old women generally would give to a young girl is quite high, so the sense that it's worked before makes me feel like it has, but it didn't work on this girl. It's quite scary, really. It's quite scary, babe, because you know they don't really talk about how much it goes on, but there are hundreds of thousands of people missing around the world because they've been fucking grabbed and sold.
Yeah,
it's a money making scheme, isn't it, for those that are high up? Yeah, be careful, people.
Never ever.
Top comment.
Never go off with a stranger. Yeah, stranger danger, we all know this.
Yeah.
Even a seemingly sweet old lady. I would be creeped out by a complete stranger insisting I go off with them to a private location.
Yeah.
Good that you trusted your gut. Right, never let them take you to a second location. My mother drilled into my head from the time I was 11 years old, never let anyone take you to a second location. Call their bluff if they have a gun to your head. Call their bluff if they have a gun to your head.
Say kill me.
You'll die anyways if they take you. Plus you will be tortured. Better to die right there and make a huge mess that they can't run away easily from. She also spoke often about sex trafficking and how people go missing and their families never get closure. What a sick world we live in. That this is valid advice.
They've got a point, babe. You either go with them and get drugged, sexually abused and whatever,
absolutely tortured,
or
and then
you
die.
Or
just like go for it.
Have you ever watched I don't know if it was Taken or The Hostage, where they go to the hostel?
Taken.
I'm thinking of The Hostel.
That's a horror.
It's a horror because of what happens in the film, but based on real events, babe, innit? Really, these girls and expats go to these hostels and they all get trafficked, including the boys. Some for people that like to kill people, and the others that like to be raping the girls. And one of them raped her so bad that it like broke all her pelvis and everything, and she died. She like bled to death there and then.
And she died. Sorry,
he
the way you said it. Because she died.
Because he was so fucking rough, and I'm just like, even though I know it's like a made up horror or whatever, or you know, it doesn't say based on real events, the point is it's actually happening, which is crazy, because I don't remember growing up thinking any of this stuff.
No, I mean, stranger danger all day long.
Of course, yeah, but not
you know,
this.
and never getting into someone's van, or, you know, don't go to see people's puppies.
Yeah, of course, yeah, or take people's sweets because you don't know what's in it.
But never, you know, because part of us growing up was respect your elders.
Of course.
So if an old lady said, please could you come help me,
Yeah,
I would have felt inclined to go help.
of course, yeah, 100. Whereas now in the day and age that we're in, I'd be like, absolutely not.
Sorry lady, you can come to me here in
Yeah.
this public space.
Yeah,
but,
just go and grab your laptop. But why would that old woman be in at a gym just seeing if anyone could help her with her laptop? That
It's
to me
weird
is
as well.
red flag
It's a very
one,
strange
mate,
place,
to hang out.
because actually in a gym you can see someone's physique, can't you?
Of course,
really?
yeah, because of the clothes that people wear for the gym. Even when I run, I wear tight
So
fitted. 'cause
potentially
it's-
she was picked because of how she looked.
That's what I'm saying.
And then she also commented that she was a pretty girl.
There you go. So that's what I
Messed
mean.
up
The
shit,
whole
man.
thing's fucked up.
Can't even trust old ladies these days.
Yeah, fucking bitches. Anyway.
Absolute
Oh
wreck.
my arse. We're running, by the way, if you're wondering why we're in so much pain when we move. It's because we've started running like idiots. All right, my darlings. Well, I enjoyed that. That was fucked up. I like the one about the kitchen, I think. That was my favourite. I want to know what was going on with the kitchen.
Yeah, so strange.
So fucking strange. Can't talk in the kitchen. Weird. I reckon it's ghost. I reckon it's Uncle Albert.
Uncle Albert.
Uncle Albert.
Of all the people you could have come up with.
It's Uncle Albert.
It's Uncle Albert.
And he did it with the knife in the kitchen.
Thanks, people.
Thank you. Like, follow, and subscribe for more community.
And
Mo-
forever stay safe.
Yeah. Don't get into people's vans. Or
Massive stranger danger.
don't follow old women.
And if you're camping in the woods,
Don't.
don't.
Yeah.
And if you are actually going to, can you just pick somewhere that isn't known?
Yeah,
for
do it
fucking
like
weird
right
shit
on the
happening?
edge. So if you need to get out,
Again,
it's you can go
safe.
straight to a road where people will see you. Like I'm fucking in the middle of the forest. I mean, it's massive, that forest. We will do a podcast on that and the Appalachian. So it's pine. I'll write them down. There's so many fucking stories. It's weird as
Ugh.
fuck, man. And there are people like, this is why you close your curtains at night in the Appalachian Forest.
Oh, there's a film, isn't there?
What?
There's a film. Did I send it to you?
No.
Where
You got really
this car,
excited
yeah,
then.
because
It's
what you
woken
just
you
said,
up.
what you just said
Yeah.
is this film, and it's new. So this family's traveling along because they're going on a little family break,
Yeah.
and they can't go down the route they're supposed to be going down because it's been blocked off by a tree. So they go down this other route, and they've come through into like a town. So they carry on going through the town, and then they realise they're now on a.
It's not new. It's called From.
I don't know what it's called.
It's called From,
But
and I've
it's
watched episode 1
being
and 2.
fucking advertised,
It's-
and they go around, and then it's about you've got to lock yourself in. You don't open the
Yeah,
doors,
yeah,
and they're
it's
all this fucking weird people.
Absolutely fucking epic, babe.
I knew you'd like it, but
It's-
when I saw it, I was like,
Can you get it? You got
I
to
don't
watch
wanna
it.
No, I can't watch that, babe. I
Why?
cannot watch that. I can't watch that because
There are
it
so
will scare me.
people have so many theories on what they actually are, and it's fascinating.
I can't watch that shit.
So
It's-
season 3's out, but I want to watch 1 and 2 because Sky took so long to put season 3 out. Like I need to watch 1 and 2 again. It's not scary as in jumpy. That's more what
It's
it is.
scary
than
as
anything
in
else. As in, "Ah!"
no, it's scary as in I go and stay in wood cabins and I wouldn't be able to sleep.
I'd happily stay. Have you watched? Talking of wood cabins, have you watched The Cabin?
No.
The Cabin's so good, right? A little bit shit. It's got Chris Hemsworth in, so that rates it up for me straight off. However, that like they go to that cabin and it's a whole fucking setup from the world's governments to keep human race alive, to stop the world ending by sacrificing 5: the virgin, the hooker, the strong man, the idiot, and I can't remember what the other one is. Did I say the virgin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't remember what the last one is. Anyway, so each country around the world has the same shit going on, right? And by picking an object, they choose the way they're going to die. basically. They choose the demons, whatever. And if this isn't accomplished, the world fucking ends. So this is keeping the gods at bay. The gods of mythology. Anyway,
I don't have to watch these things because she tells me.
you've got to fucking watch it. I won't tell you how it ends, but you have to watch it. Because even though at first I was like, oh, this is shit, it's actually fucking epic. It's so fucking good. And the way that they choose what kills them as well was just unbelievable. I feel like it could have been worse. It's great. You watch Hellraiser with the Cube. You ain't fucking watched it. You don't know any music. You don't watch any. What's on your playlist when you run?
Everything.
Kumbaya, oh my lord.
I don't know that song.
Kumbaya. Yes, you do. Don't lie. He's got the whole world.
No. What did I listen to? I listened to country music yesterday.
So you just put on random songs but don't know any of them.
No, I know a lot of them. I just don't know their names. I don't remember names
Yeah.
of anything.
Me neither. I just know the lyrics.
But even road names, I could get to A to B. Only been there once, but I could get there back
You're
and forth
very
forever.
good at that. You are
But I
excellent.
would never be able to tell you what roads I go down.
I would
can't
be able to
remember
tell you
things
the
like that.
road, and it takes me a long time to remember. Like, I swear it's only the last 2 months that I've stopped using the sat nav to get to yours.
I just can't remember things.
It takes
like
a
that.
long time for me, but Paul can do what you can do. He can get somewhere just from memory.
I can remember.
But
I
yet
remember
can't
songs.
remember I told him something the day before. It's a long, because he was a cabbie back in the day, so that is, the long-term memory is great. Short-term memory is fucked. He's completely fucked.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Be safe.
Yeah, don't get in
Be
people's
good.
cars, yeah?
Stranger danger.
And if you go to the cabin, don't pick up any objects.
Wow. What do you think of that? I think. What don't you think of that? I